the actual red flag defending.
I think it's like
people deluded. I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
And like Ian Wright just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. Now let's get straight into it. It's a 6-goal thriller, superb second half turnaround from Arsenal's under 18s in the FA Youth Cup. Watford 2, Arsenal 4, Watford 2, and it. Boy, it's a game of emotions. As I keep saying, I don't necessarily think under 18s or 21s football generally prepares youth players for first team football. And for our young under 18s people, obviously they've played at a massive ground in St James's Park. They've now played away from home at Vicarage Road. It's somewhat a Hertfordshire/London Coley derby. I think with it being cup competition, this is one of the few times, at least until they're exposed to senior football of some level, that these lot understand you either have to win or lose. I don't think, league football at this level prepares people. It was a crazy game. The first thing I'd say, you just have to win in it. You just need to get through. And we've done that. I think we're either playing Sheffield Wednesday or Cambridge, who knocked out Chelsea. I want to go all the way. The gaffer at this level, Jack Wilshere, has won the FA Youth Cup as a player, and obviously the full FA Cup. It's going to be tough, but I don't see why we can't do it. If we are going to do it, though, I'm not going to lie, between today and the 2 goals we conceded and the goals against Newcastle, we need to cut them out, especially from wide areas. Now, as I said, second half, superb. First half, we took a while to wake up in it. I think we took about 25 minutes to wake up. I think Watford started bright. The lad who's made his debut at championship level scored. Just before that, there was another goal. We can see the 2 goals within the first 15 minutes. They bombed down the left-hand side. We was very disjointed. People are not getting tight enough to stop the cross. We're not getting tight enough to fall to the wingers. We're not following runners in the box. And quite frankly, Watford deserved to be 2 goals up. Initially, Watford were rigid defensively. They were kicking us. They were taking the sting out the game. Every single player was standing up to be counted. We found it difficult to play football. We weren't really protecting the football. We weren't really creating chances. Obviously, it will be lost. But I think Kwamina at centre-back did very well for Arsenal Football Club today, more so in the first half. I think Cozier, Dubbery, he's a bit like Saka at first-team level. He's being doubled up against. Seb Ferdinand's trying the thing, but we're not really asking any questions. Watford are time-wasting as well, and it was lovely to see them complaining about the time-wasting as well after we obviously got back in it. So, yeah, we took a while to settle. We were struggling really technically. We're losing the ball cheaply. We're very disjointed in the beginning. I think we did end the first half very strong, and we looked a bit frustrated because it was quite stop-start. There was 8 minutes of added on time. Obviously, there was a lot of injuries going on, people, really and truly. For a large portion of the game, Bradley Ibrahim's header, where, I don't think their keeper knew too much about it, was the best effort we probably had. Blake and Adebayo were ripping us initially, people. As I said, I think it was a scrappy end towards the game, but first half. But quite frankly, we're 2 goals down in it. Like, we need to find it. And anyone, big up to everyone that was part of my watch along. You heard me say, I smell blood. We can definitely get something out of this game, really and truly. Second half, we came with a new swagger. Camara, who was the hero in the Newcastle game, came off the bench, done his thing. Miles, obviously in midfield, and Bradley started waking up. Sosa and Rino and Waters, obviously more senior players at this level, waking up. Amari Benjamin had to play like Lacazette today. Got a lot of kicks, tried to bring a lot of people into play. Raziak at right back, I think he had a tough first half. I'm not gonna lie, but he ended up scoring in the second half. He had a tough first half, like the whole team. He was in the trenches. He was getting fried. I can't even lie at fullback. Obviously, we got a free kick. Cozier Dubbery's effort has clipped the far post. Obviously, from the resulting action, Camara's been fouled by, I believe, Blake, and that's how we get back in the game. Cozier Dubbery stepped up, made it 2-1. Again, I did think Watford, they were a bit easy to read, innit, really. They looked shook in the second half. They're giving the ball away. All they really had was long balls forward and winning the first and seconds when they were clearly more physical than us. Probably a couple of their players are a bit older or definitely looked it. And that's not something we do at London Coley. We try to play football. So I did think we kind of struggled. And from the comeback to the struggles to the physicality to the frustration in the first half, I love this for our young players because this is an education. Had we have lost, it would have sat long in the memory, just like it will at Watford. Because at first team level, whether you're in the Premier League, Championship, FA Cup, whatever. If you're 2 goals up, you need to win and get 3 points or advance to the next round, or there's questions. So you could smell blood. We upped the intensity. We had more quality on the pass. We're looking after the ball a lot more. We made some inspired changes, and ultimately we smelt blood. You know, Cozier Dubbery was a man inspired, really. It's a bit unfortunate he never got a hat-trick, just like Lino Sosa. Unfortunately, I don't think that was offside for the 5th goal that was ruled out, but fair enough, people. You know, as I said, we upped the intensity, and quite frankly, Watford didn't want it in that second half. They didn't want any of it. Not a single player wanted any of it. Shout out to everyone who was part of the watch-alongs. We made it 2-2. You know, Bradley Ibrahim's effort spilled by the keeper. Maybe if the Watford keeper wasn't too busy wasting time, acting like he's been fouled, trying to rattle people, if he actually focused on being a goalie, he might have saved it because he shouldn't be spilling it. He spilled it into the path of camera. More of a difficult finish than need be, but he scored, and that man has come off the bench and had an instant impact. He's won a penalty, and obviously he's bagged. We're now back in the game. We're starting to move mad. We've got the bit between our teeth. Watford are crumbling, if I'm completely honest with you. And the fullbacks of Arsenal stood up to be counted. Razinak tapped in from a Sosa effort. Lovely to see that from him. Miles obviously woke up in the second half and got back to his high standards. Shout to the cameo from Ethan. Lovely run from Miles, really. Got dance past about 3-4 players, fouled in the box. It is a penalty. And I think he plays a lot like Dembele of Spurs, really. We got to let these young men develop and stuff. But if he's not an Arsenal player, or by the time he's 18, mixing it in the first team, then something's gone wrong. Lovely, you know, lovely run from him. Cozier Dubbery has stepped up and scored the second penalty. Keepers tried to rattle him again. Maybe the keeper should also work on goalkeeping, really. Watford, again, you have to give them credit where due. They did fight. They did do what they needed to do. And whatnot. But yeah, 6-goal thriller. We found 4 goals. Lovely for Razinak to score because he had a better second half. Lovely for Camara to obviously affect the game off the bench. Lovely for everybody involved. It doesn't matter how you do it, just go through. And our FA Youth Cup dream is still alive, man. Big up to everybody who was part of my watch along, because it was absolutely crazy. Like an absolute crazy game of football. And it's a big test because of what happened in the game for these lot, and the fact that they're playing at Vicarage Road, people, at Watford's ground. And only the players will be able to tell you, but there must have been an element of the fans making it difficult. You know, again, somehow when we're trying to take throw-ins, the ball is not being returned. When we're winning the game, but by the time the players can even put their hands out, the ball's being thrown back to them. So yeah, man, I think we had a good team collective performance. You know, I think Cozier Dubbery clearly man of the match. I think Miles was very good. I think Ethan was good off the bench. I don't think you can underrate Camara's performance off the bench. I think Omari Benjamin had to do a lot of dirty work, got a lot of kicks and things like that. I think Kwame had a very good game from start to finish. It's obviously going to get lost in and amongst a 6-goal thriller with the emotions. So yeah, man to a man, we did well. But, you know, to go to that next level now, I'd say the goals we conceded against Newcastle and Watford today shouldn't have happened. Ultimately, we've got to start games better, because while I like how we ended the game and came from behind, sometimes it could be game, set and match by then, really. And we weren't at it. You know, shout out Blake of Watford. He's not going to be there long, in my opinion. But who cares? You know, lovely for these boys to come back. They can enjoy today. Obviously, tomorrow they're going to be, I assume, back in London, Coley, to do training or review the game from a technical standpoint. So just always improve. And then I guess the work starts towards the weekend for the young lads, people. But it's fantastic. The FA Youth Cup dream is still alive. You know, we won it with Jack Wilshere. We did get to the final with Saka, Smith Rowe, Tyrese John-Jules and players of that ilk. We unfortunately bucked a Chelsea team, I believe, with Hudson-Odoi and all them sort of players. And there's still a lot of great teams in this competition. There's a long way to go, but as long as you're in it, you have a chance of winning it. And I see no reason we can't go all the way if we apply ourselves, people. So yeah, on that note, that's all I've got to say in the game. And I'm effing ecstatic, to be honest with you. Look, no, I love these young talents, people, and young players. So they can enjoy their day. That's all I've got to say. Please make sure you offer your own opinions, you turn on the notifications, you smash the like button. And yeah, I'll see you lot again soon, man. One love.
There's always that active red light defending.
I think it's like